the key is starting lineups for Utah. But this is going to be an amazing game, too.
Yeah, I don't know if history will kick it out for open three-point shots. A tough matchup for Denver.
Oh, look at the Joker just dropping off to Millsap in game one. So staying on the floor more than 21 minutes is going to be critical. The corner three, something to watch.
Yeah, and also depends on what kind of defense adjustments that the Nuggets have made to get the ball out of. Mitchell's coming off 19 points in game one.
Jokic and Gobert, you can watch that matchup with all the behind the back. And Jokic
got away with a little elbow twice.
Man, a couple times. And I don't know if they thought Gobert was flopping or not. And Michael Smith, three incredibly experienced officials. And Gobert down the lane to lay it up and in. Spider Mitchell gets the switch onto Porter Jr. And Donovan Mitchell from the foul line.
Closer to the shooter, not allowing spot-up shots. But overall, defensively, they played pretty well. And Ingles wants to take away some of those easy open looks that Denver was able to get.
The drop off back to Jokic, a little floater. Nicole playoff games. Gobert started the move around. O'Neal passed it up. Ingles will launch and drop it through. So late in the early going. Approaching the midpoint of the first quarter. Jokic will tee up the triple and drop it through.
Jokic right there, 31% three-point shooter, able to knock in shots. Beautiful pass and backdoor cut by Mitchell.
An opportunity for the team to win that game. And Bob, Jim, Mitchell is just so even-keeled. And Snyder said because of Mitchell's leadership.
Hit 2 threes in game one. He didn't make a three all last postseason. And he pulls up and hits another one right on cue. We're trying to run it right back. And those four-year college players like Monte Morris. And how about the wing jumps the bench and a 7-0 Denver run to take the lead.
Adding value off the bench.
Jordan Clarkson with the three. Hot hand. That's only his second miss. And he's got 11 of Denver's 18. So Clarkson all the way to the rim again.
Threat of the jump shot.
Michael Porter took so long there that Mudiay was able to knock it away. Emmanuel Mudiay all the way to the iron. And there's Clarkson again. So 10 on it. Working on Mudiay. He'll use the Grant screen. Jeremy Grant, head of the key, three. Perfect. Closes quarters better. Not just the fourth quarter, all the quarters. Monte Morris. And that's a quick 2 for 1. Like the Michael Porter's first points from the foul line. Not always heating up from 3. Made the 2 free throws. Mudiay took the body. Shot clock down to 5. The Yangs got to make something out of nothing. A little step back from the elbow. And George Niang rimming that out. And both second units right now, it's getting a little ragtag. Clarkson again.
Our guy taking tough shots, but when he's on, he's tough to manage.
Dozier. That's Porter Jr.'s game right there.
Yeah.
That is the best turnover ratio. Michael Malone says, I just trust him with the ball. And he's running this unit right now. Porter made one. How about another? Niang controls. Shot clock at 7. Donovan Mitchell dropping it back to Royce O'Neal. Nice shovel inside. What a finish with the physicality. That'll be an opportunity for a 3-point.
Gobert, also Donovan Mitchell.
Right.
And you can give him in-game rest by taking him off the ball at times.
Michael Porter Jr. is dominating. The 2 free throws, the 2.
Cut and get open. We knew we would receive it on time, on target, so now we could just score.
Michael Porter Jr. when a shooter is hot. Well, the game's already in the playoffs. We're only day 3, and they've been incredible. Jamal Murray flipping it up and in.
Great by him.
Millsap.
They got to get going right here.
Oh, that's a little bang and bump. How about that? Donovan Mitchell saying, okay, a lot of attention on me. We're only down 3. Where's the game? Clarkson, another 3. So
You're my man, but you don't have to call that. You really don't. There's way more contact. We have more contact up here between these.
So Ingles has handled more in this game than we saw in game 1. They're giving Mitchell a little bit of a rest and a beautiful
hands quickly enough before the defense can recover.
Drop it in to Clarkson. Gobert gathers, but what a block by Grant. On the push out. Jokic is the trailer. He had it poked away. They throw ahead to Gobert. Can he beat Murray to the rim? He does and draws the foul. Denver has had the big drought here, and Utah's built the 7-point lead. And speaking of Denver big guys, Jokic ends the drought.
You're right in the middle at the free throw line and knocked down a jump shot.
Ingles the initiator. Catch and shoot. And there is Utah. This has been a wonderful first half. Jokic up and under on Gobert. Big on big. Minutes remaining in the first half. Step back and rattling that home is great. Clarkson didn't use the Gobert screen. Now trying to hide behind the big man. Clarkson, step back jumper and another triple. So Utah, 8-point lead in the ball. Again, how do you close quarters? Catch and shoot. Royce O'Neal for three. Kept the pivot foot down. Jokic at two. He's got to go. And Gobert spikes it. That's a 24. 10 made threes. Royce O'Neal cycle it to Clarkson. And he beat the buzzer. Finally, Gobert. They're going to count that basket. And we go to. Went through the whole Jazz roster, but couldn't make the layup. And here's Ingles headed the other way.
Well, another one of those missed opportunities that Coach Malone talked about.
Offensive transition. Biggest lead is expanded now to 15. Michael Porter Jr. out of the corner. And that's how MPJ wasting to get moving offensively here. Utah has had the edge on both ends. Jokic thought about that three. Down the lane, flipping it up and in. The skill now for Utah. And Mitchell the step back. Oh, by the way, he can still excel every once in a while.
It would be interesting to see if Shaquille grew up a little bit later, what kind of player he would be with teaching, to young players. And that's the beauty about growth, being a great player, sharing some of that knowledge, lifelong knowledge, and it makes these young guys better basketball.
Plumlee changed his uniform from 24 to 7, and he's been working at Lower Merion High School in the offseason. Gave him another appreciation for.
Boy, he was so wide open. He was able to get the offensive rebound because of slow rotation by the Nuggets, and now they paid for it again by giving up the event, and it's transferred over to the second half right now.
I'll tell you what, Royce O'Neal, he's got 8 assists. And Gobert.
Assists is because guys are wide open spacing, and they're knocking down jump shots.
Michael Porter Jr. missing. Jokic sneaking inside. Rebound. And
Rudy Gobert, but then smartly used the opposite side of the rim to lay it up.
Donovan Mitchell with a three. It's not as grinding. I mean, there's a flow to it.
But you also know in the back of your mind that this Denver team, see right there with the basket, can make a run.
Yes.
So you don't want to give them opportunity.
Game 1 in overtime. Jazz trying to even the series. Mitchell down the lane with a kick out. Catch and shoot three. They made 5 straight teammates involved. Murray trying to answer it. He does.
In this game.
Drop off to Gobert. That was blocked nicely. Swatted away by Grant. Jokic on the handle. Grant the trail 3 on the way. Played the D 15 and starting to heat up. Yang, little floater. Everybody.
The lack of the ability to keep the ball in front of them to break down the defense to give up open shots.
Murray rattling home a 3. Junior on the switch. 2 men to take the ball out of his hand. Shot clock at 3. There's the skip pass. O'Neal out of the corner. And there's the
reversal.
Shot clock at 5. Clarkson on Monte Morris. Clarkson inside. Beautiful. Jordan Clarkson. But for the Utah Jazz, you lose a heartbreaker in overtime. This kind of response has been impressive. Mitchell for 3. Biggest lead of the night.
And think about this. Last game, Utah made 16 threes on 47 attempts. Already have 8.
Right now, if you're Denver, you need something, and you need it in a hurry heading into the 4th. Donovan Mitchell.
Adjust your game, especially when you have gotten injured and are not the same player that you once were.
Clarkson missed on one end. Monte Morris dropping in a 3. Monte Morris penetrating. Plumlee, shot clock at 1. Does he recognize? He got it out of his hands and got it into the basket.
Wow, and I was going to say that was excellent defense that time by the Jazz by cluttering up space, but Plumlee patiently got 2.
And there's Donovan Mitchell with the 2 for Dozier, Jamal Murray, and Monte Morris. Ingles right down the lane, and that's too easy. Been the issue. Jordan Clarkson already working on a career high.
And ultimately him to get baseline for that highlight of that dunk highlight.
What a steal by Royce O'Neal. Ingles for 3. And there's Gobert to follow it home. Got it back. He's trapped under the backboard. Shot clock down to 2. Clarkson weaving, floating, flipping it in.
But that is still, with 3 seconds, was just too easy.
Michael Porter Jr. Little reload three out of the corner.
But that, you know, in Golden State with Clay and when
Steph
Durant
Curry
was there, you know what I mean? Those, I don't know if you heard of those guys, but
yeah, I've seen a few threes made in my life.
From deep distance with ease.
Lifting it up and in is Michael Bojan Bogdanovic. Great three-point shooter, 20-point scorer. You say, all right, now Mike Conley, hey, having a
delivery room. I feel it. It's exhausting saying push all the time, and then you have to reposition your wife doing that.
I'm throwing the penalty flag on you.
Really?
She's got to deliver the baby.
But I'm saying it's no. You don't feel me on that?
No,
I'm saying when you got to yell push all the time, I had to drink some tea from my throat, man.
Oh man. Michael Porter. We should say that they do the testing announcements, and the league released that again. Still 0 positive tests. I mean, you can't play any better team basketball. Yeah. Michael Porter Jr. is going to keep firing.
Well, why not? The Arc, they were highly efficient. This game, it's Utah. I predict a closer, tougher time too. He was in a scrum, went up for a rebound, and came down awkwardly on his ankle. I've been there.
But for the Utah Jazz, an A-plus game. Craig missing inside, and Plumlee getting denied. Nowadays, 7-footers hitting threes aren't that big a deal.
Nothing. Back then, when he did it,
chance to play here, along with Keita Bates-Diop, as both teams have emptied the bench. Troy Daniels can be a flame through the page. How do you handle that?
Are you talking about for Denver?
Yeah.
Or
for Denver.
My film session is showing the body language of lack of effort. That's what
for Utah, they're going to show a lot of good things, but probably not get too cocky in a 1-1 series. And again,
now if I'm Quinn Snyder, you know what I'm showing?
I mean, Oni got right to the rim.
I'm showing the ball movement and assists.
Oh, ball. And yeah, what will the meal rooms be like across from each other at the hotel?
Well, one will be talkative and one will be silent.
I think that's it. So we are 1-1.